everyone, good afternoon, welcome, and we are going to do a bit of a mixed stream today. So if you are new, welcome. I know we've had quite a few people and I just want to say hello. Thank you for subscribing and welcome to the live streams. If you are watching this back, you can open that chat box. If you are new, I do spend a little bit of time saying hello to everyone just at the beginning, and you can scroll along on this bit. But what we are going to be doing is hopefully finishing this off today and going through what a colouring folder looks like, or my colouring folder looks like. Hello Shannon and Melody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're both okay. So I was just about to say as well, if Pamela, if you're lurking, because Pamela, bless her, what I did, because I was asked, hey Sissy, hi Connie and Monica, I was asked by quite a few, Pamela, there you are, thank you so much, that just came up. Hi Belinda, hi Bianca and Lou, thank you so much for that PayPal. So many people asked me about it, and I don't have a PayPal up, as you know. Hi Rebel, hi Sharon. But I have put it up because I was asked by quite a few people, because they really didn't want to pay the YouTube super chat fee. And so I put that up there for those people that really wanted it. Oh, thank you. It's tomorrow. I'm 33 tomorrow. Yeah, we'll put that down as 18. Hiya Debbie. So I have put that instead. So thank you so much, Pamela. That was so sweet for the $10 PayPal. Thank you so much. Hiya Debbie. Hi James. Is it Jamie or Jamie? Okay, so as I said, what I will be doing today is going through my colouring folder and showing you what my colouring folder looks like. And I'm doing some free printables. Yeah, I'm 21 or 18, even better. No, I don't mind being 33. Hi, Amberly. Hi, everyone coming on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, I'm so young. So thank you so much. As I said, I put that there, and I will take it down after. Thank you so much, Joanne. So what I said to Andrew, didn't I, Andrew? What we're going to do is he's going to rearrange the sofa tomorrow so that we're sort of like, at the moment our sofas are there and there. And I want it like that so that and say the telly's there. And I want to watch movies facing the TV rather than having my head tilted that way. Hi, Gary. Hi, Carolyn. Yes, it is the Queen's birthday today. It really is. Hi everyone coming on in. Okay, and I also want to finish our Mystic, our Woodlands girl off, and I have not touched her. I have not had the time, and I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I haven't. I've been doing little bits at home, and then I needed a bit of a rest because I pushed too much. Then I've had to help Andrew today, and I've just not had the time. Then I did the unboxing video and the editing. Oh my gosh, please tell me why editing takes so long. And what I did do, so I just want to show you, I didn't do it, I'm going to show it on the mermaid stream. So Belinda, hold on, you're here. I did this so that everyone can see the pictures. Where are we? We're there for the mermaid, and I'm going to do that on the screen on the actual event. Oh, that's okay, Ray Ray. I just saw your message. As I said, I've been to the bank this morning sorting all that out. So I did put this together as well, and I will show that on the mermaid madness, just so people can see everyone's, but I've put them all together in a collage rather than have them as single pages. So I'll stick them on. I'm going to be doing Samantha Jean, and that is them all, and I think they're absolutely stunning. There is so much. Okay, let's put that lighting back on. I know there's so many amazing pictures. So I'm going to be doing Samantha Jean. I'll show you. Hold on. Okay, and I love this because she's my namesake, except my name's Samantha Jane and her name is Samantha Jean. So she has got a line art version and a grayscale version. I'm going to have a little test around on both, and I'll tell you then on the day what we're going to be doing. But I really love them because she's a bookworm, and I've been doing quite a lot of reading, so I love these. And because she is my namesake, she's SJ, I'm SJ, she's Samantha Jean, I'm Samantha Jane. I loved it. So I'm going to be doing that one, and I've never heard of her before, so really, really nice. Yes, we are nearly near the beginning of May, and they are out now, I think, because of getting them in advance. Is that right, Belinda? Be free to talk about it and let everyone know. Yeah, I've not seen her before, so I really like that. Okay, so do you want to start with a colouring file and what it contains, and I will tell you which 3 printables that I'll be working on, or do you want to start with the colouring? I'm good either way. But yeah, I'd never heard of her before, so I'm so excited. Another artist. I did. Can you tell that I've done it up now? I haven't just adjusted it, but I did adjust my volume. It's better now, isn't it? Okay, let's go through this then. Okay, so as I said, I'm working on some free printables. I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. I'm not on strike tomorrow of everything. And I'm going to have to pull you up a little. And let's bring my tea out of the way. Is it quiet? Oh, it shouldn't be quiet. Oh. I don't know why. It should be, hold on. We can do this. Wait for me. Let's adjust it. Let's put it up. Okay. Is that better? I've just put it up. Oh, this made me laugh. Do you want to see this as well? This absolutely cracked me up. Hold on. Okay. So, I think Belinda saw this as well this morning because she commented on it. It just made me laugh. Okay, so all those of us that have got a birthday, anyone in 2020 that's still got their birthdays to come. So the new rules for the birthdays in 2020, it is stay inside all day. Sing happy birthday to yourself whilst washing your hands. Wipe your tears with your stockpiled toilet roll. Drink all day until you pass out and wake up in 2021. I loved it. Hi everyone. Mona, Tara, Kirsty. Oh, in your land it is. Even though I never celebrate my birthday, I just want a nice, I said to Andrew, I get to have pure control of the telly and of which movies, and yeah. Oh, no way! Happy birthday for tomorrow, my birthday twin. Okay. Okay, let's see what's in my colouring folder. Okay, so this was made up by Lou, but I've changed a few things, added loads, just because I needed to update myself and I didn't know where I was. So, first off, let's see what's inside. There will be a bit of a glare, but we will be okay. So first off, we've got our colouring checklist challenge. You can download this. This is downloadable. It is in the description. So you know what the colouring checklist challenge is. This is an annual challenge list, and as well. It is an annual challenge list that I compiled, and it's made up of 56 challenges. Well, it's 55, but 56 if you've got a whip. So it is a really, oh, I've still got that in there. That's Laura Rafferty's. We have a whole year for this, and you can do this however you want to. You can make it up to however you want to make it up. Thanks, Shannon. And you can just adjust some of the points to make it work for you. It is your list. Okay, so I've just stuck my Mystic Art there. And I've put this was drawn and done by a complete surprise by Grazia of Tilly, and I was just so humbled, and I've got that in there. But that isn't the one that I'm going to colour. The one that I'm going to colour is on Tone Tan because Tilly's got a lot of white in her and it's easier to do. Okay, so then we've got our colouring book collection. Now I have redone this, so I'm going to tilt you so you don't have a glare, hopefully. Let me move that a second so you don't have a massive glare. There we go. Okay, so what this is my book inventory. Now, I've had to redo these because I was completely lost. And what I've done it is in the way that I sorted them out. So, I've done artist sort of all together, all their books. And the white dots are ones that I have not touched. I know. I've got a lot of, and as we go on, you will see more and more and more that haven't been touched. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, everyone coming in. Monica, everyone, big welcome. Big hugs, big hearts. Okay, waves and hearts around the room, as I say. Okay, and then I've got, again, I've just put all of my books that we went through on our book stream recently. And there's a lot of white dots. I know. I know. And yeah, we keep going. Yes, we keep going. And what I've also done, so you know, is this is the way that I do mine. If there is a number of something, I will put the number next to the artist. So this is like number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12. And then if there's a pocket size one, I will write pocket size. And if it's a PDF, I will write the PDF at the side. Otherwise, just assume it's a physical book. I also, if I've got a colour by numbers, just to show you this is an idea for your own, is I will put at the side again, CBN there, and I will put a colour by number and it's highlighted. It will also have, if it's a circle one, so you know like the Quirkles or the Disney colour by numbers, I've got the circle ones. Anything that's out of the ordinary, I will put which one it is there. So you have like a good little reference guide. It is your Bible. It's your Bible. This is what I call my colouring Bible. It has got everything that is catered for me, and your colouring file will have the same. They'll all look different. They'll all have different contents, and they will all have a different thing in them because it's your collection. So no two people is going to be the same. Even if you had the same printouts, hi Joanne, there won't be anyone's the same. So also if it's a hardback, I write hardback. And if there's anything else, like I've binded, I will put it. And all my colouring heavens have got the issue number here, and they've got the sea heaven there. So anything that's oversized, I will write oversized. So you've got to make sure that you do it for you. It's not for anyone else. It's not to look good for anyone else. It is so that it is catered for you. And that's the way that I do mine. It's so when I look at it, it's exactly what I need it to be. It tells me what it is. It tells me who the artist is. It tells me if it's oversized, if it's an issue, if it's hardback, if it's heavy, if it's a colour by number. It will tell me everything that I need it to. Plus it will tell me if it's not been touched. Hi Lou and hi Heather, welcome. So yeah, okay, and we've actually added one more because I added a simple one, so it's actually 434. 434, so I've got to add one in there. So that is what, and then I've added some more book inventories. Then we get to colouring supplies. Now you don't have to do this. Yes, we need a colouring Bible for you. Now what this is all of my supplies. So then I've got like the brand, the colour and the set size. So these are pencils and watercolour things and anything that I want to remember that I've got. So that is like pencils. I've got my markers on there, Copics, watercolour paints, anything, your pans, your black widows are in there, gel pen, Sharpies, binder clips, anything that I need to remember, what different papers I've got, that's all in there. So we come to here and we've got like the Arteza gouache and skin tones and the Coliro paints, anything that I want to remember, because don't forget, you forget some of the stuff that you've got. We all do it. And then we get to things like colour combinations. This is just Black Widow one. I haven't done many in them. And then we've got loads of different sheets. These ones are by Kim White, by Creative Happy Life. And then we've got the hex chart for the Copics. We've got more swatches, however you want to swatch them. I'm not redoing some of them. I can't be bothered. So they stay as they are rather than uniformed. I'm not worried about it being uniformed. It just has to be right for me. Then you can have things like smaller ones. Now these are, you know, the Jane Davenports. I've got this on watercolour paper. You can also have your Neos. These were 2 little sets, you know, the 10 sets before I got the larger set. Don't forget I've got a swatch book, but the swatch book has all my pencils. This has like the, hey everyone coming on in, Mona and April and everyone. So markers and water-based markers and watercolours, I've popped them in here. I'm not going to pop all my pencils, you know they're already in a book, we've done that and we've been over that. And also gel pens and fine liners and stuff. Then we get to different practice sheets. Now, you know those little bits of papers that you jot things down on? We've done these in streams. And you know, you want to remember them. Don't chuck them. Don't throw them. They're there for a reason. Pop them in your file. Like I put that on a spare piece of paper. That was a Copic combination I did on an Anastasia picture. This was a Babckground rough draft. I didn't want to chuck that. That was red brown hair. I didn't want to throw that. That was golden brown hair. And I didn't want to throw them because I thought these colours go together. So anything that you don't want to throw, don't throw it. Put it in your file. You can just put it in your folder. It will come in handy at some point and you'll look back on it and you'll think, I liked that. Let me use that. Then I did, you know, these are, all you do, remember, you get a compass and you just draw a circle. And you get some of your pencil sets. Hiya, Sue. Hiya, Mum. Just grab any pencil set that you want to sort of teach yourself more. And they were skin tones that we come up with, and we've got a stream for that where we did light, fast combinations. Then we did this on another stream where we did big balls of pencil combinations in Prismacolors. Again, I've got a printable sheet up for that. I did you one just in case. Then I've got the PANPASTELS here, and I've got Prismacolor combinations that we're going to join on to one day, but we do them in the big balls. I think we've got our balls here. Let me have a look. Don't worry about Chip. He's just having an... Then we did this where we did skin tones in all pencils, higher ranged pencils. So like Prismacolors, Polychromos, Holbein, Lumis, Pablos. This is before we added. Hiya, Becky. So don't throw anything. And then I've thrown in some more colour combination charts. I've thrown in some more swatch sheets. And then we get to a whip tracker. By the way, I'm going through them. I've got more. And a whip tracker is really good because if you have some whips that you want to get back to, you don't have to get back to them all. Just jot them down. So we've got the book and page, the artist, and any notes that you wanted to do. So like I've actually done that one, so I can tick that one off. So you want to put like what it was. So I've just put the honeycomb, honeybees, bees, colorist special effects. And then at the back, there's any place for notes. Again, this one was by Creative Happy Life. But I will make you up some standard ones if you want me to. As I said, I'm working on some free printables for people, but they will be done within the next week, I should imagine. Okay, then we've got colour trackers, and all that is a whip kind of sheet. So say you are swatching out at the side, and then you put the medium, and then where you've put it on the page. So lips or eyes or, you know, that kind of thing. Hi, Kenny. Then we've got hair practice sheets. Again, these are Creative Happy Life ones. And then we've gone through this where I don't mind sharing any combination that I may have done. I think it's a good thing to show people just in case you wanted to do your own. So like I've put down a brown hair practice, and I've put down all the names and swatches at the side. Yeah, I think don't throw any of those little notes, Lucy. Don't chuck them. Throw them into a folder. Like I said, all those little spare bits that I used to keep around, I've just thrown them all together, but put them like in sections so that you don't lose them and they're there. Then there's some practice paging by, you know, the Norwegian colorist stream that we did. And then I've got all my hair ones in here. These were my practice sheets prior to me doing the final results with you. The reason I put my practice sheets and not the final results in here is because I've got all my notes. And it's a good thing to come back on if should you need them. And also, if you have done these and you did write all your combinations down, just throw them in a folder. Everything, it's like a Bible. It is such a good thing to keep. There is more in the middle, so I've thrown them all together. And I've thrown at the back anything that I may have wanted to keep. And you just put them all together. Don't throw anything. This is by Laura. She did a Face Elements printable. She also did a colouring worksheet, and she also did a gems and crystals. I don't know if you can see this, but she gave it for a printout. She has a stream on this where she really helped us with learning how to do gemstones and crystals. And she gave this amazing printable, and it really helped me understand reflection, light, anything like that. Thank you, Ashley. And then we've got my channel bit. Then we've got a gemstone practice by Creative Happy Life. And then I've also got channel stuff. So my channel stuff is here. It's like under a different part. Obviously you won't have this bit, but these were like monthly colour alongs. Now, anyone that does monthly colour alongs, thank you so much. It's tomorrow, but I'm not around tomorrow. Thank you so much. So I've put a little, I made like a sticker, Instagram sticker, and then you put your monthly colour alongs in there and you can add them in. It's where you can plan them. This was planned uploads, ideas for the channel, to-do lists, anything that you might want to do, giveaways that you tick off, and any extra paperwork. So like I've put in the back here for paperwork, planners. So I take these out at a time, and anything that I want to remember, hey Tay, anything that I want to remember, I take them out. Now at the very, very back, I've got whip sheets. And it's a good thing, again, don't throw anything, you might need them. And I've also made my own, these are palettes of some kind. So you can make your own palettes. Hold on, I've also got that there as well, which needs to go in the other section. So any palettes that you might, this is from the Sarah Renee Clark, any palettes that you want to make up and you need them for any inspiration, these are good to keep in here as well. As I said, this is your Bible. So anyone that is new and was thinking that they want to make up something, not for all people that you know, those of you that have been around a long time, you've probably got all of this. But I know I've had quite a few new people who have joined the hobby because they're in lockdown, and they asked, you know, what about this folder? And I thought it was actually a really good idea to just go through it. And as I said, I will add onto my Google Drive some printables for everyone. And you can do this on your computer, source them from Google, and add anything that inspires you. And what this does is if you're having a really bad day and you've got a complete block and you don't know what you want to kind of pick out as colours, you might want to go for something where it's just all one, something bright and wonderful like a rainbow, which would be really nice for those of us in the UK right now because we are doing anything rainbow style. Sepia, you know, skies, pastels, vintage tones, blues and purple, anything that you think will inspire you or you might use quite a lot of. These are really good. And what you can do also is make another copy and put a little box next to it and try and match your pencils up to the colours. And that's another good thing. So just throw everything in a folder and it will help. It just helps you. It hasn't got to be a job. It's just got to be fun. And I say that all the time. If something isn't fun, don't do it. If this is not a fun task for you to make one up, don't do it. only do it if it's something that you just love to do, like you love to make lists, you like to do swatches, you like to add all your channel stuff, you want to add gemstones and crystals, you want to put all your combinations together, and you want to throw in your book inventory and your swatches and any bits of paper that I know you've all done it, you've written things down and you've written them on scrap pieces of paper, and you want to pick them all up and throw them in somewhere that's safe. Make a folder up. You know, you can buy a really inexpensive folder and you can throw everything together. So it's just a bit of inspiration, just in case you didn't know how or what you wanted to put in there. Just put everything. If you're unsure, throw it all in and then order it after. As long as they're all in the same place for you, then that will be okay. So that was that. And as I said, I will put on the community tab, I will put up I'll put that there for now. I will put up a notification when I've done some sheets, and I will give you the link as well. Okay, so what we were doing was the Fairytopia Owl Girl, and we've just got her skin, her sort of bra that we made up, and her wings to do. Oh, thank you, unicorn. Yep. When it strikes midnight, it's that time again. Another year. Oh gosh, thank you. How are you all? So I've stopped blabbering then. How are you all doing? Let me have a sip of my tea and then we shall carry on. So we're using the HOLBEINS, and let me get out my cards. Hey Jennifer, thank you so much. You're so sweet, all of you. Thank you. Thanks so much. I never make a fuss. Thank you so much. And as I said, very reluctantly, and I'm going to take it down as soon as birthday is done and dusted. I was asked by a few friends that didn't want to do the super chat charges and wait for the month if I had a PayPal. I do, but I don't have a PayPal tip jar because that's not why I was really here. So I stuck it up for the moment, but I will take it down. So thank you so much for those. And Pamela, bless your heart. Thank you. Ow, thank you. Woo, it's the 22nd there already. What are you doing up, Belinda and Ty? You need to be asleep. Although I love having everyone here. Okay, let me get my cards. Okay. So I use my colour. You can't sleep, I know. Everyone at the minute is finding it difficult, so just bear with me. There we go. Okay, so I was just getting that. I understand, everyone. From the future, thank you. Yeah, I understand everyone can't sleep at the moment. It's that funky time. I call it a funky time. We don't quite know what's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with this. We were doing the bra and we were adding in some texture with what did I use? Chrome Oxide? I know. Everyone's saying that, Ty. It's like, does it matter? Does it? Sleep? What's that? What is it? It's an unknown thing at the moment. You can sleep anytime. Okay. So we were doing a Chrome Oxide, weren't we? Yeah. I know what one we were using. So we were using a PANPASTEL just to add texture, and it was a Chrome Oxide green. So I'm going to grab that. And we're going to use that at the end. I'm just getting my stuff. I was not organised. Oh, well, I'm happy to have you until you finally do sleep. Yeah, so what I will do is add the texture in after. So we're going to work out some colours that I want to do her sort of skin tone. I want to do a little bit darker, so we're going to go for a bit of a brown. Let's go for a bit of a brown. Maybe Coca or burnt sienna. Let's have a look. No, burnt sienna is a bit too orange. Oh no, Kenny, you've already done enough, honey. Don't be doing that. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Okay, so we've got Coca, which could be a... Oh, I love the melody. I love. Could you hear it in my voice? I love them. Oh, I'd never had a Diamond Art Club canvas before, and I honestly could not get over the difference in the canvas. Who's into diamond painting? First off, before I babble on, and two, have you felt their canvases? They are like velvet. They're not like a canvas. I don't know, they're just they're in a league of their own. I was like, wow, this is not something I've felt before. You know, it's I can't explain it. You have to try it for yourself. It's just, oh, it's so amazing. What's this one? Okay, so I'm gonna go first off and do some shadows with Coca, I think, and let's get our Holbeins. They're so sparkly and so soft. I couldn't get over the softness. So if you haven't, or you fancied taking it up, now's the time. You're home. For those of you that are home, of course, not key workers. Key workers, you're out there being superheroes. But if you are home and you are stuck at home for a while, try them. They're amazing. Oh my gosh, aren't they, Luke? It's tomorrow, Linda, but it's my stream today because I won't be here tomorrow. I don't stream on a Wednesday. But thank you so much. Yes, they're amazing. Which ones did you get, Tara? You got the Corpse Bride. Yeah, I read that this morning. Okay. So I'm going to go for Coca. And I'm going to establish some shadows first. So we're using Holbeins, by the way. So for those of you that do watch this back. And as I said, at any point, we'll start off with the skin because I can't do much more on the bra. I'm going to work on the face and work my way down. I'm going to establish some shadows. Yeah, I'd never felt one of the canvases before. And they're just totally different feel, aren't they? They've got a Jack and Sally one as well, I noticed, if you're a Tim Burton fan, Louise, but you probably saw that. Monica, I've asked Andrew to rearrange the sofas so that we're facing the, I'll pull you down a little bit, so that we're facing the TV, and I want to just veg out. He can cook some breakfast, and we're just going to have a film day, and I'm totally in control. So no Terminators and no Rambos and no Rockies or any of that tomorrow. It's going to be my control. Well, you can never have too many. Well, you can if you haven't got the space. Okay, so I'm just trying to establish where I want my shadows to come down. So I'm going to bring some very lightly on the side of this brown, because we will build it up as we go along. The thing is with this skin, I don't want to overcomplicate it because she's got loads of other stuff going on. So we're just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to establish where I want shadows. You might not see this in the screen at the moment. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of colour as we come down. Underneath the chin for certain is going to have some, and as we'll hear. And under her mouth. I've not... Yeah, no Terminator and no Rambos, Ray. None. Don't want any. I've got Frozen 2. I've not watched that yet. So I can watch that in the morning. Because I've got to have a bit of Disney on the birthday. And I don't know what else. I'm going to have a good look through. anyone, did you pick up Manifest, the box set that I was talking about? Have you tried it out? I'm on season 2 of that. I'm enjoying that. Hey Lulu and Katrina, welcome. I don't know what I fancy. Okay, so as I said, I'm just applying in a little bit at the moment, just to kind of plan where I want my shadows to go. It's going to be on underneath there. Okay, and then we're going to come down a little bit under the neck. So, and the same with this part. This will be gold. Kind of want to throw some Colorado paints on this to make it super shiny, but we'll see. I always find it harder. This is just a 160 matte card. It's not got to make this card, but I do put it in, and I think it's in the description. I do put it in the descriptions which one I use and which seller, but it's not branded. I love it. I've used this all the time. I've streamed. I've used it prior to streaming when I used to colour in my own time. I've used this card forever and a day, and I just love it. Okay, I kind of gave up with The Walking Dead, and then I saw a screenshot or something with Dirayl as a zombie, am I right? And that's made me want to pick it back up again. I quit at the beginning of this season, so if I'm missing out on anything, let me know. But I got a little bit bored. Well, a little bit. I got a lot bored when it started to it died a slow death for me. Once Glenn got killed, it was good for a bit, and then Negan, when he went all in and captured Nat, it lost its appeal. I don't know, Rick. No, I just couldn't. But then, as I said, I saw a screenshot, and it was Dirayl, and I don't know what's happened, and then it makes me want to pick it back up again. But then when it jumped as well, that's when it lost me. It jumped how many years into the future? Yeah, no. I was a little bit, I don't know. I was a little bit bored with it. Not bored. I just really got a little bit with it. And I just thought, oh, I don't know what to do anymore. Do I keep with it? Do I let it go? And I let it go. Okay. So we've started some shadows. So what is everybody up to at the minute on lockdown? What is your lockdown plans? What's your lockdown plans? Let me know. What are you all up to that's exciting? Have you been cooking? Have you been rediscovering the kitchen and baking? Is everyone eating themselves out of house and home? What is going on in your world? Because here we graze. Oh, I did laugh the other day. This eating where you're just picking up stuff out of the fridge and then not eating a dinner because you've snacked all day. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Okay, let's go for cork. It's not doing the weight loss any good. It really isn't. It's getting beyond a joke. And yeah, it's got to stop. Oh, dearie me. Cork. Let's start to blend out a little bit. So, if you're trying to rediscover a hobby as well, please do. It's now the time. You know, I know it's hard, and I've had conversations with people where they're trying so hard to concentrate at this minute in time, and the fact is it is hard, and it probably won't come easily. Just pick it back up and just do a little bit. Do half an hour and see how you feel. And you might realise that half an hour flew and you've actually gone into an hour. Or you might really have enjoyed it even though you talked yourself out of it beforehand. Just give it a go. You know, it's really difficult, I know. And some of you can't get peace and quiet. Kirsty. Kirsty here in our chat has lots and lots of wonderful children, and quite often says, I don't get any time to myself. Well, I know a lot of you are homeschooling and it's really difficult, but just try and grab half an hour to yourself. It will be brilliant to do. Yeah, reading's a good thing. Reading gives you some time to just reconnect with a different world. Okay, so at the moment I'm not doing any, massive shading or anything fancy. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Thank you. So how have you been keeping your children occupied? How have you been keeping your children occupied? Those of you that have got kids at home. Have you been doing things that you probably wouldn't have done prior to lockdown, or is it really hard, or are they kind of keeping themselves occupied by doing their own thing? What have you been up to? I know quite a few people are trying new sort of hobbies at home with them. I know some people have been throwing them into doing some social media stuff, which has been fun. Like I've been watching parents getting their kids involved in their videos, and I love that, by the way. I think that's brilliant. And they've been teaching them baking, and they've been, putting that online, and that's been fun to watch. I know, I've got it on record, April. Got to have the boys on record. Okay, so I'm just kind of planning out where I want this to kind of shadow, and I'll build up after. Okay, so as I said, I don't want to fancy her too much. I will put a little bit of red into her tone because I want the red to play off those browns. So she will have a bit of red in her somewhere, so maybe her lips, and I'll bring some into her cheeks, because I think the Venetians and the reds and the browns kind of play off of each other, and it is quite a nice woody feel. Okay, so we're going to have a highlight on the top of her nose, so I'm not going to touch that at the moment, and I'm trying to sort of plan where I've got my highlights to go. So she'll have more of a highlight here, so I'm going to bring some of that cork up to that point, and just a little bit of a I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, Belinda, if you, but I know you do the Mystic. Do you find if you go over with pencils too much, you're going to run that ink? So try to avoid going over and over the line art. Just kind of go between it and over, before and after it, rather than over it. It could just be my ink, but I think that the oil in the pencils moves it. I don't think it's anything else. I think it's the oil. And some of you are doing some beautiful pictures. Shannon sent me one that she's doing of Monya that's gorgeous. And she was showing me her hashtag entries as well. That was beautiful. I love seeing pictures. They brighten up quite a dark time in the world, so keep brightening it up with lots of colour. Okay, so let's you got a highlight that naturally goes on the top here, so I'm going to bring that up to this. Hi Ms. I love the name Ms. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are just bringing some of that up, and this isn't the final tone, I'm just planning at this point. We're going to build up, so I'm not putting a lot of pressure, to be honest. I think Holbeins you don't need to, they do have quite a bit of pigment. You just got to, again, like a poly, you have to work on layering up, but just be careful and be aware of that line art. It's pretty thick, so we'll do some of those gems in golds. So just go nice and lightly, like super lightly. How long till Joe now? Kenny, how long we got? 5 weeks, 4 weeks? And those of you that can't see your family, are you FaceTiming them? Are you sending them lots of videos? How are you communicating with the family that you can't see? Do you use FaceTime? Do you use WhatsApps? Do you use your Facebook messengers? Are you not a video person? Would you rather just send messages and call them? Are you picking the phone up more than you have, ever before because we were used to seeing them? Okay, and then we're going to come down here before we start layering up and bringing in other tones. So let's bring in some here. Oh, May the 12th, not long to go now. Not long. You're super excited, I bet. Okay, so with me, with Mum, we message and talk every day, several times a day. And when I drop their shopping off, I just speak to them from the bottom of the stairs in their communal bit or from the window, which is weird, but you have to make do. It's better than nothing. I'm not complaining, as you know, there's many people that can't do that, so it's a very odd time though, isn't it? Yeah, some of them have too much like oily or waxy substance in the pencils, I think, and it makes the black ink smudge. So if I bring that out, you can start to see that we've got a little bit of shadowing going on. Now, this isn't the final, this is like nowhere near done. So now that we've established where I got light and dark, we can build up a little bit. So I'm going to just get some tones that I need. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the things that is trial and error. So let's bring in some tan. I like the colour tan. And then I think we will get a peachy tone. Shannon. That's made me laugh. We've got stop it. We've got 672 layers to go. You've been with me too long. Oh gosh. Yep, and yep. Oh, yep, that shall be the case. Right, we need a Venetian red. That's so funny. Brick is a good colour. Okay, we'll go for tan. Stop it. Oh, dearie me. Brick. Is that brick? No, where's brick? Okay, there it is. Okay. And tan. Tan's a good one. Oh, really? Okay, let's go for, first off, let's bring in some brick because it's got a slight red tone in it. Hiya, Selena. Welcome. I hope you're okay. Okay, let's bring a little bit of this red tone in. It does all sort of work together. So I'm not mad and bonkers on doing our 672 layers plus one. Oh gosh. Are you also finding, because you're not using as much energy, that you are, you know, not sleeping as many hours? So you're having like, I don't know, 4 or 5 and you're okay with that, or 3 even sometimes. Or are you finding that you're sleeping more than ever? I think I'm sleeping, I mean, I'm pretty much a home person anyway, as you know, but the sad thing is at this moment in time is because Andrew is home for now, the stuff that he usually helps me with, because I need his help with, I'm having to take back the reins, and that has its, you know, its good sides and its downsides, and I think a lot of you will find yourselves in these positions. So just take it easy and take one day at a time. There's no rush, you know. Time, there really is no rush. Oh, you're sleeping a lot. You're struggling to fall asleep. Yeah, I think a lot of us, I don't struggle to fall asleep. I am waking up a lot earlier than what I used to, because Andrew is home, and I feel like whilst he's home, make the use, sort of the most of him, you know, like get him to do the odd jobs that he hasn't done, or put a plan in place. And I'm finding myself doing rotas, which I haven't done ever, like a kid, you know, here's your job list, have it. Have it. So I think I'm finding myself doing that. But I was listening to the radio, and they have good topics of conversations on the radios, and you know, you listen to quite a few things and quite a few people's stories, and you know, we're all very similar, apart from when I listen to obviously the key workers and the nurses and the doctors. And of course, if you're from the UK, but you would have heard of him worldwide, we have an old guy, 99, called Captain Thomas, or Captain Tom, and he raised 27 million so far for the NHS, and he's released a single in the charts at number 1, and they have called for him to be knighted, you know, because he's done such a good thing, and that was by walking 100 laps in his garden. And is there any fundraisers that, or any people in your countries that have done these things and it's made headline news, where they're raising money and they've done something quite extraordinary? And if it is, then, you know, share the stories, because I love these types of things. But yeah, his name is Captain Tom, and he's going to be 100 on the 30th of April. And he has raised 27 million so far, and it still climbs. He's at number 1 in the charts with Walk On, and with Michael Ball. And he has done something absolutely extraordinary in his life. He was a captain, and now he's raised money all these years later. So I thought that was such a good story, and I thought it touched the world, really, if it had reached your country, that story. But if there's anything in particular that you've heard of, and you know, it made the news, or if something that you really got sort of choked up with. I mean, I get choked up at everything. Like today, there was a guy who beat the odds. He's got Down syndrome. He's 30s, I believe. Heather, you will do. Just keep experimenting. Okay, so we've got a bit of a red tone to her now. So, and that's the point to put on the underneath. Yeah, just keep experimenting. Oh, you heard about it there as well. Yeah, he did a really good thing. Okay, so we're going to put a bit more of a tan in with that. This isn't a skin tone, by the way. We're just trying to work it off those browns. I'm not doing anything that I would do conventionally. I'm just mixing, really, to get a tone to sort of bounce off those browns. Yeah, so as I was saying, I was watching this morning, which is a program we have here, Good Morning Britain, sorry. And yeah, I think you have Good Morning America, don't you, in the States? We have Good Morning Britain. And there was a guy who with Down syndrome. I think he's in his 30s. Hi, Pickle. Hi, Dee Dee. And he was not looking good. You know, he had a really bad time with it. He was on the ventilators. They didn't think he'd make it. And he walked out of hospital, and all the staff and all the paramedics and everyone on his journey out of the hospital was all standing ovation until he got to his mum at the end, and then he just walked into his mum's arms, and I just couldn't stop. Hi, Debbie. I couldn't stop crying. I was just crying my eyes out because it touched me so much, and I was thinking, these are the types of stories that you need to see. You need to see the good stories. You need to see the recovery stories. You need to see the ones that overcome the odds, because it gives hope. And I went into Andrew and I was, and Andrew said, "What are you crying out?" I said, "Oh, there's this Down syndrome man, and he's defied the odds, and he beat Corona, and they were all round of applause in him, and you should ask him." I was like, just a mess this morning. It just touched me, and I just thought, they're the types of stories that you want to watch, you want to see, you want to experience and congratulate and clap, and, you know, sit at home and you can't stop, and, you know, they're the things you want to see. Okay, so let's just get some of this down, and then we'll start layering up. So I think I've got some shadows now, and let's put in our lighter colours. But I want to put some sort of red tone here more, but we'll do that as we go along. Okay, so can you see this is nowhere near done? But we're going to just start now to put maybe some beige in. I like the beige. But yeah, it gives you hope. It gives you hope. Yes, we do. We do need to see them. And that's what, you know, there are many of them. There are many, 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 many stories of hope. And they're the ones that I love watching. And I sit there blubbing my elbows out. And I'm terrible. And I don't know, anyone else in the hay fever season? And anyone else really affected by hay fever? Which you get funny looks at when you're out as well, by the way. You sneeze, everyone's like, whoa, get away from me. And you're just like, just hay fever. just hay fever. Yeah, I was a mess this morning. But a good mess, a happy mess. And Andrew was still just like waking himself up. And it's unheard of in this house. Unheard of in this house. I am never awake before him. And these days I'm up at the crack of dawn. On 3 hours sleep, like, come on, wake up. And then Chip's bouncing all over him. And he must be thinking, what is going on here? Madness, I tell you. It's funny because the routines have completely changed. And those of you that have got young kids at home, I should imagine you're exactly the same. Okay, let's build this up a little bit more. Oh, dearie, you got to laugh. So all I'm doing at the moment is just going to layer up a little bit. As I said, not doing anything conventional, not doing the usual. I just want it to blend in with our colours. So I've put a little bit more of browns and a red brown in there, just as the shadows instead of the usual tones, because I want the red browns to go off, although I'm going to put more of that green coming down there. I want it to bounce off that brown that's in the owl. So that's kind of what I'm heading for at the moment. I'll put some peachy tone as well, but that goes last. I just want to do a nice sort of combination to bounce off. Okay. Oh no, not you as well. Andrew's got asthma. You got to be careful with that. You can't go out. But yeah, hay fever is bad at the moment. So take your antihistamines for sure. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourselves topped up with things that you need. And my gosh, anyone else in the world? We're having problems with eggs now. First it was the toilet roll, now it's the eggs. Everyone's baking, and with that, I'm just going to put a light layer of this one. With baking comes egg shortages, and you have to be at the supermarket for when it opens to get eggs. You cannot get eggs anywhere here in the UK. Is anyone else finding that where they are? There is not a shortage. There is just, they are going out the shops very quickly because so many people are baking, and it's just crazy. I'm like, seriously, there's never going to be a time when there's nothing that we're short of. It's just it's crazy. So at the moment we've got egg shortages in the supermarkets by an hour of it being open, but when I was speaking to the supermarket guy, he said there's plenty, but they sell out within an hour because everyone's baking. And I'm like, oh, I thought there was actual shortages from the farms. And he was like, no, it's because everyone's baking, nothing else. And I thought, I only wanted some scrambled eggs. Oh, you know, I was talking about scrambled eggs the other day. Yeah, I only wanted some scrambled eggs. I didn't want to bake. So I was finding that every shop I went into had no eggs. I was like, where's the eggs at? People, save some eggs for the scrambled egg people. I was just, yeah, and flour. Yeah, flour and eggs. Well, thankfully I've got some flour. Oh, Mona. Christ, stay safe. That's scary. Did you have your inhalers at home? Make sure you're stocked up on those and your pharmacy gives you enough like to get through. And that's another thing. If you're finding that it's difficult to get your usuals, just make sure you got enough of them, especially to get through the next month. Okay, let me pull you up a little bit. Let's have a look. Oh, no yeast, Pamela. Yeah, it's baking. Okay, so we're starting to get that little bit more. Now that part is going to be lighter. So I'm just going to get some of that beige for a second. And then we'll come back down. But we've got to still layer up just a little bit. And I'm going to have a bit of my tea times. Yeah, there's a lot. There's an absolute lot of people buying stuff for baking at the moment, isn't there? Absolutely ridiculous amounts of baking going on right now. Oh, thank you. Okay, so let's get our crimson, which funnily enough I landed on the card. That was lucky. And I'm just going to put a touch coming into her cheek. So I'm going to layer in just a touch. As I said, I really want to put some more of a red brown tone into her, just to kind of blend in with that brown tone. I don't want too much. I just want to add a little bit. That's it. Yeah, I haven't done any more on my Floribunda picture at all because I was doing the diamond painting, but I must get back to that as well. And then just gonna, on the edge, blend that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to mess around with her face too much because honestly I don't want her standing out. I'm good with her being how she is. So what I'm going to do is bring a black fine liner in. You know all those eyelashes that we have? Just make sure that make sure your fine liner works first. Would be good, wouldn't it? Hold on, let's get another fine liner, guys. One minute. Found it. Alright, you should have sound back. Hi, Elisa. Okay, so what we were doing last time, make sure that Posca's dry, is I had this stencil. Yeah, it might buffer and then it will come back. So you should have sound now. I got a Q-tip, or we call them cotton buds, and I just get enough pigment of that pan pastel. You don't need their soft tools for this. And get a part of any stencil that seems to have texture. And I'm just going to make sure that we have like a nice amount on her face. As I said, make sure your Posca's, completely dry so you can pick out. So I usually come to my stencil. You can get any kind of textured stencil. You're Robin, and you just want to make sure that, you've got enough pigment on this, because you can always go over it with some greens, and I put in enough. You can do this with any pastels, but actually the pan pastels are perfect for this because they've got much more pigment and they go on top of your pencils. Whereas, you know, the other soft chalk pastels, you got to do this so much for it to like get any kind of effect. So I'm just putting just enough on her face just to satisfy that, you know, I've got enough pigment. And then what you can do with any green pencil, so for me, I'm just going to pick out, Holly green. It doesn't matter which one, so any green pencil, just to make sure that you're sort of shaded one side of that. And we're going to carry with that sort of nice makeup look that she's got. And then you can just, again, doubly make sure that all that green is linked in. And standing out. So we'll do that when we go down the body as well, to link in with that bra. Take care, Belinda. Hey, Vicky. Sleep well. Hey, Vicky. How are you? Okay, so it's just enough pigment, and then you just do some little small amounts and see how much that's just made a difference. So when you come out in the bigger picture, you'll see it come down the side of her face. Thank you. And yeah, we'll come down her body with the same kind of notion. Now, don't touch that because it is pastels, and we, you know, at the very end, we'll have to fixative it. But for now, we know the path we're going on. So let's continue that path. Let's continue that path. I'm okay. I'm all right. I spent an hour standing outside a bank this morning because the bank's only open for half an hour. And I spent yesterday making sure we were stocked up, and now I'm just having some downtime because I've had enough of standing around. Thank you, Robin. So yeah, I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna do that all the way down. Let's do it. And the one that I'm using is Chrome Oxide Green, just because it's the perfect green. Hey Connie, if I didn't say hello, I think I did, I'm not sure. So we'll come down the body. Right, so we were with Coca, wasn't we, first? And just try not to smudge. And if you've got a workable fixative in between that, just make sure that you spray it so that you don't smudge it. If you've got a final fixative, yeah. Oh, I did. I wasn't sure. I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I missed you out there. Okay, so we're going to use Coca. And we're going to come to here. Just chill out. Grab your hobbies. That's a good thing with the live streams. You can have them on in the background. And you can grab whatever you're working on. Or if you're in bed, you can fall asleep to them. They're a good little thing to keep you company and talk about all the things that not necessarily the husbands talk about. I'm sure that, well, saying that, he does listen. So, I don't know about your other halves, wives, husbands, whatever the case may be, children even, they try and take an interest, but it's not something that interests them. But bless their hearts, they do try. Well, Andrew does. And I'm trying to get him to do the Joe Exotic one with me, and I do Carol Baskin. So we'll work on him. Okay, so I'm just shadowing where I want to apply shadows first of all. So let's go underneath. Did I bring my juice in? No, it's just there on the side. You're working from home. Do you like working from home? For those of you that didn't work from home before, are you finding that now actually you would prefer to work from home, or do you like going into the offices because it gets you away? Because quite a few people prior to this said, thank you, prior to this said that they really would have liked to have done their job from home, and now they've got the opportunity, they're like, actually getting out of the house was pretty good. So sometimes they say be careful what you wish for, but in some circumstances people are really enjoying it. So which side are you on? I know a friend of mine is totally not loving it at all. They said, you know, it's not that, it's just that that was your adult time, so to speak, you know, time with other adults and talking about, you know, real life stuff instead of listening to whose Xbox's time that is and which game that they want and the I wants and this, that and the other. They were like, do you know what? I think I really did enjoy going into the office, and I've only just realised that now. Are you all? Yeah, some people do. I mean, as I said, I've given the reasons to why some people said, no, I actually really did enjoy the office. So it's got its ups and downs, isn't it? I think working from home for a lot of people. I personally, and I said this ages ago, you know, I think working from home should be offered more. Yeah, Becky, I think quite a lot of people said the same, although some are enjoying it, and a lot of people said, well, actually, the getting out and the, you know, to an office with other adults outside of my home life was actually pretty a good thing, even though I didn't realise it at the time. It is the commuting, that's the part that's the blessing, because not everyone likes to travel. Thankfully, when I worked, I was never far from work. I was a 10-minute drive, so it's really easy. I got there in 10 minutes flat. I used to leave my house at 10 to 7 and I was there at 7 o'clock, so it was great. So the commuting didn't worry or bother me, you know, straight in the car, straight there. But it's not that way for everyone. Some people have to commute for hours. Some people get a train and it's like 2 hours in, and there's lots of different. I know the US is vast and big, and you've got a lot of space. Whereas we're a little bit more condensed, so a lot of you do have to travel a lot longer than what we do. However, saying that, if you are in the city, sitting in traffic could be hours. Yes, Lou, you are on the trains. I don't think that's possible from home. We can't have a train in your living room. No way, Linda. Oh my gosh, keep well away from people. Make sure you got that PPE. Okay, so I'm just putting in just some pigment. This, as I said, you know we're going in with beige and cork and peach and stuff, but we're just putting in those layers first. Okay, and then we'll build up. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, we love our partners dearly. We love them with all our hearts, but sometimes having space and you time is also a good thing. You could try. Yeah, we'll have the Hogwarts Express at home. Okay, let's start to layering this. So again, I'm just gonna blend this out, but this, we'll do one more layer of this and make sure that we've got, you know, quite a lot more pigment than what we've got down. It's the Queen's birthday. Oh, Chip. It's the Queen's birthday today. I didn't realise until this morning. Chip, do you want to come and say hello to everyone instead of barking your way down there? Come here, mister. Come here, come and say hello. Chip. Come and say hello. We still got to do that. I've got to get the other colours that we used. Okay, let's put down. it's a shame because all these events, I was supposed to go to McFly, and then we were supposed to go to Guns N' Roses, and Andrew had a couple of events that he had cancelled, and it's pretty much all the events for the rest of the year, isn't it? I was just thinking about that this morning. Like, I don't think those types of things will go ahead till next year, to be honest. Like, they're rescheduling them for October. I can't see that being something until 2021 personally. I could be wrong, but I don't think it will be. I think 2021 is the year where everything will sort of open in that way, with the like big, massive, huge gatherings of like thousands, because it's just so many people condensed under one roof. It's just, imagine even like how many people, I don't even know how many people got here. Okay, so we've got 73 people here. Imagine having 73 people, not behind computer screens, but in a room. You're going to be close. Imagine that in thousands. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, let's get some of that pigment down. One minute. Chip, come here. Let's pull you up. Come here, come say hello. Come here then. Come on then. Come and say hello then. Come and say hello. Oops. Alright, here you go. Right, wait a minute. Hello, say hi. Say hello then. Yeah. Hello. Ah. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that then? Who are you talking to? I say, who's that? Hey. Alright, I'll put you down now. Say bye-byes then. Bye-byes. He is a handsome little devil. Okay, let's put that down there. But I can't really do this with you on my lap, unfortunately. So you're going to have to get down. Yeah, here you go. Alright, bye-bye. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. See you later. Go in your bed. Okay, sorry about that. That was just a detour. It's just because he was sitting near me barking his head off at people outside, so I thought he could say hello to you and bark at you instead. Okay. And that's the only one about the only ways that Mum sees him as well now, because she can't see him and she loves him, and Dad. Okay. But it's amazing, this digital era. I'm saying this, you know, I can't sort of stress it enough how fortunate of a time that we're living in to be able to do all of that. You know, me stream and you can FaceTime, you can send videos, and you can literally send pretty much everything online now. And if you'd had this back in when the war happened, you had to get a postcard that used to take like a month to get to someone. So we're very fortunate in that sense. So although it's hard, it could be a heck of a lot harder. So at least you get to see people's face, hear their voices, not have to wait a month for a postcard, and you can still share their lives, but it's just online. Hey Shay. Yeah, I think we're so, although, as I said, although don't get me wrong, it's hard. It is really hard. It's not. It could be more of a hard task if we didn't have what we have. So keep your chins up, and remember there is this digital era now. You have got so many people you can reach out to, so many people to watch, so many people to contact with your face. So yeah, definitely. Okay, let's put some more down. Then we're going to come here to the neck. Oh, I've got you on a bit of a tilt. Okay, so for the next stream on Saturday, we'll start a new picture. And I did actually really enjoy doing a video yesterday, and I was so unexperienced in talking to myself in a camera rather than you guys being there. But I did enjoy it as well. So I thought maybe when I have a week where I don't have to, you know, do stuff and push myself, I might do some extra videos, but it will have to be done in stages. I can't do it all in one go. So that will be fun. And I really did enjoy it yesterday. The thing is, sometimes I feel that they're not worth it because they don't get the views. I find live streams get much more of an audience and much more of a a preference. They're preferred over edited videos, and yet the edited videos take hours to edit. So I think in that sense, you sometimes sit there and you think, you know, it might take you, say, 5 hours to edit, 2 hours to upload, and an hour to film, and they've got like 300 views, and then you do the live streams and they get a good few thousand, and you think, well, I might as well just do the live streams. So what do you think? What's your views? Because it's your channel. What do you think? Do you think just stick with lives and do an extra live? Or see, it's the thing that editing, it takes time and you want it to be worthwhile. Okay, let's go for some peach. Oh, and also if you haven't seen, there is a new pre-order Colour in Heaven, and it's the Australia issue. And it's not part of your subscription, so you have to buy it additionally, and it's up for pre-order now on Anthem Publishing, and it's a mixed artist. So you just prefer an extra live, right? It's because the editing takes so long, and you think, well, is it well received? Is it even liked? They don't get many views. What am I going to do? But then you can really sort of condense a lot into a video and slap the time by half. Yeah, so you'll prefer the lives. Okay. And yet, you know, quite a few people say they don't like it. It's such a hard juggle. But then I think I've always done the lives, so I might as well just continue with them, you know. Rather than do a video. I do like doing Happy Mail videos though. Hold on, I just need to blow that off. There's a bit of dust and I could see myself smudging it. Okay, so that is why, obviously, because we've got to do it and we've got to put some deeper greens in. So let's add a little bit of shadowing now. So I'm going to get a purple, I think. Now I haven't got a Parma Violet purple. The next best thing that we've got in this is Wisteria, which is a beautiful colour. We do have time. Yeah, Amber Lee, yay. No, stream. They are. Stream away. We always love new channels and we love your colouring, and that would be amazing if you did decide to do that. I think we would all jump on that wagon. So we could have a new colouring channel. Oh, Pansy's a good one. Why didn't I see that one? Oh, I love it when channels announce that they're going to be doing streams, or would love to stream. I think the more the merrier. I don't think there's, you know, I think there's always room for loads of people to stream. So Amberly, don't feel, you know, that you can't fit into a time. There isn't a timetable per se anymore. I think a lot of channels that used to stream don't stream anymore, and so you just have to do what's right for you. And if it fits in with a time that you can do it, do it. And hopefully we can all be there. Hello, Sing. Welcome. How are you? I haven't seen you in ages on here. How are you? Connie, you're not bad at anything. Okay, so I'm just trying to find... Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother. This one is Wisteria, which is 430. And I'm just going to see if that will make a difference. Come on, focus, 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 focus. Hold on, let's see if it'll focus. Chip might start barking because next door's dog's barking, by the way, just to warn you. No way, 2 months. Yes, it's the nearest to Parma Violet. So I'm just going to add in a few shadows. It might not work, that's why I'm going to try it out first. It might not. Yeah, it's going to, but you have to go very lightly. It's adding a touch, but not too much. Should we get the hubby, not hubby, to make a tea refill? That would be good. Okay, let's add some. I encourage everyone to try streaming. You might love it. You might find something that you absolutely love doing. Plus it gives people the time and interaction, and it also gives people time and chance to ask you questions on a technique. I really do think that, you know, live streaming is good. I like both. Personally, I like edited and live streams. I love watching both. But I do think it gives people an opportunity to hang out, socialise, especially at a time like this. And it also gives people an opportunity to ask you any questions if there was something that you were doing in particular. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a good thing. Okay, so we're just bringing some of that down here, because I don't want to use black and I don't want to use brown. I'm just going to add a hint of this colour. And as I said with streaming, and I encourage so many people to try it, because if you are thinking about doing your own channel, or you have got a channel but you don't stream, and it's a confidence thing, you know the community by now. Oh, yeah, he is the hubby, not hubby. Because he's like a hubby, but he's not the hubby. He needs to be by now, right? Okay, so we're just putting a little bit in. Okay, right, before we continue, I need to put some extra shadow underneath that. So we're going to get Lamp Black. Lamp Black is like a Payne's grey, but it's not as dark as the black. So I'm going to go on the underneath here. And I don't want to go too hard, but it needs to shadow, so it just needs to cast a little bit, and as does it on this side. And you know, underneath these wings as well, so I'm just going to create just a little bit as you come along, not too much. But it's about creating some of that dark, but leaving some of the, see on that side I don't want it because it's on the skin. So it depends. Let's create a little bit underneath there as well. There we go. Okay, let's do some of that green. So if we come up, you can see on the full scale picture. So these we did, didn't we, the other day? Let's look up the colours that we used. No, it's not Sing. I just use a inexpensive, just non-branded cardstock, and it's really, really good because it's pretty much always taken everything that I've ever used, and I mean ever used. Okay, so we used, can't see the opal green, sap green. So I think it was opal, sap, or leaf green. Let's go for leaf. Leaf green was definitely one of them. Fir green, I know we used that. I've got it in the description. I'm pretty sure I have. So if you wanted to have a look, I'm pretty sure I did put it in there. Okay, let's get these greens started so we can do more of the makeup and use some of the posca. So I'm going to bring you down. And we were using that green. Thank you. Now, don't forget, I have got some smudged, and because it's fixative down, it doesn't matter because you're putting the green over the top. You won't even notice it. So we're just going to add some of these greens. This will be our darker side. This will be our lighter side. And the good thing is that we're going to put the pan over, and we're going to create that texture as well with some of the posca. Just make it fun. That's what I say with every picture. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be realistic. It just has to be something that you like to look at. And you got to have fun with it. And as well, people are discovering this hobby that are brand new to the community. So for those of you that are, welcome. Because there's quite a lot of people who now, because of the lockdown, they are discovering that they need an inside hobby, and they've tried adult colouring. It might not last. It might be something you're not that particularly fond of, but it's passing the time, killing the time. But if you find that it is a community then now that you are totally engrossed in, as long as you are enjoying yourself, please don't get caught up in how much things are and how much you got to have. And it's just about having a good time with it. Don't forget, this is my life. I love this hobby. And this is something I've done for 5 years, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But if you are someone that's new to it, that's totally fine. You just got to make something enjoyable. And if it's passing the time for you and you're finding yourself having a lot of fun, then it is doing the job for you. Okay, let's find that fir green. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go for fur, and this is a nice dark. Now you got to go quite light on the application with this, otherwise it just doesn't blend. So I'm just going to go on the outside. And did you see the new images by all those amazing artists for Mermaid? There's so many amazing pictures being brought out on digital right now. This is another book you can get digital. This is the one I'm working in. So if you haven't already seen it, it's called Fairytopia, and it's by Mystic Art Mirrors, and it's a digital format, so you can buy it in PDF, which is what I've done. We've got this one here. You can get all of her books, I believe, now in digital, or most of. You definitely can with the Zodiac and the Galaxy Girls, and now you can buy this one. And a lot of the artists, because of the times that we're living in and shipping, they are creating digital versions of things so that you can enjoy them, print them off, and not have any time waiting for them to re-release or for your product to come. And it's also a good way of keeping that shipping open for absolutely just necessities. Hey Robin. Oh, that's okay. You can chat away or you can lurk. You do whatever you are most comfortable with, but you're welcome here anytime. The more the merrier. Okay, so we're going to go around this as well. There's not always, there's times where you don't want to talk. And there's times where you do. And that is, go on how you feel on the day. If you feel like to chat, you are always going to be welcomed. Everyone is so amazing. Okay, so we're going to do a leaf here. And we're going to blend it into this section. And as well, don't forget we're going to do this texture in a minute. And I think I'm going to do the gold Coliro paints on them because I just think it will just stand out so much instead of shading. So you can also use the Kuretakis if you've got the Kuretaki gold, or you can use a Uniball Signo gold, or another alternative you can use is Wink of Stella's Inner Gold. There's so many options. You can use a gold Winsor & Newton ink. You can use, what else? Gold stickles. You can use lots and lots of different alternatives if you haven't got the Coliro Arabic gold, because that's the one I'll use. Yeah, I agree. And hiya, Pam. Sorry if I didn't see you earlier, honey. My head was down. If I miss anyone, thank you for coming. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. Okay, and then the other one that I wanted to get was the olive yellow, which is a little bit more of a highlight. Olive yellow. Where are we? Is it here? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I love browns and greens and those forest colours together. I actually really like earthy tones. Okay, so let's put this olive yellow in. I think earthy tones, nature tones always look really, really effective. I love to look at bright, vivid colours as well, but I'm just not very good at doing that. So I tend to stick to more of a natural vibe. Okay, so let's go for some texture, and we can also put some texture in browns, which is what we're going to do. That is going to be last. Yeah, I did. I gave her a stick-on bra. Okay, let's grab our pan pastel. As I said, it is chrome oxide green. I will be putting a brown one as well. And I've just got a textured stencil. Now, you can get stencils pretty much anywhere, but you're going to have a little look in your craft stores. The lady who did this, I've been asked quite a few times, she doesn't currently do them, but if she ever does open her shop, I will let you know. Okay, let's come down. So we're going to grab this chrome oxide, and you just want enough on the end of a Q-tip for this. You don't want to use your soft tools for this. This is just very, very quick. And we're going to put in some browns after. And then let's put in some extra texture as well. You know, on the shoulder that I left white, I'm just going to put in some texture there. So choose which parts that you would like to put some texture down. And then with the rest, let's get a brown, because I think that will look really effective. So I've got a brown here at the side. And the one I've got is burnt sienna, which is one of the colours that we use in the very back. And I'm going to go for the small, tiny textured parts on this. And I'm going to use the other end of the Q-tip to what I used the green on. I'm just going to layer in some. And again, try not to smudge it because you're going to final fixative at the end. You can have a workable one and do it in between, however you work best. So we have a tiny bit. Let's do a bigger one there, I think. And let's go for another one there. Okay, and let's come down here again. Let's go for some there on that small section. And you can get different textured stencils, or you can do it by hand if you're very, very clever and gifted, unlike me, and you can do some amazing texture. If you come up, it will all link in, and we can do some on her face, going on her face as well, just a little bit. It can kind of be a little bit like a leopard print. Okay, and let's go one there, one there, and one there. So it just gives it a little bit of something. And I really think it adds to the picture. And again, what you can do is grab a pencil. I'm just going to grab brown. It doesn't matter which one. Any brown, any green, any set. Whichever is closest to you at the time. So any. And just put a little bit of more shading into each of those little bits, just to make it stand out a little bit extra. So you'd have the shape of it already there, and you're just literally adding a little bit on there. And then again with your poscas, you can add more texture in. Take Care Robin, so it just adds something in there. Now, I've done the wings with you, so I'll finish those off in my free time. But what I'm going to do in these earrings is grab some paint. So if you bear with me for just a minute. Let me just go get my stuff to do it. I think that one's the one I'm looking for, away from the screen. Yeah. Okay, so just bear with me. Let me just grab my paint. Where's that gone? Okay, let's get that one. Yeah. And then cup. Yeah, I do, Melody. I just saw that. Yeah, I do. When I've finished. Right, be right back. I'm just going to get some water. Hi, mister. Hello. Okay. I grabbed my juice as well and soaked myself en route, which is normal. Where did I put that? Okay. Right, so I was just grabbing some water and grabbing my juice. Thank you so much, and hi Robin. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to get a few bits because my whole table is absolutely full now. I'm gonna smooth them. Smooth that. And let's smooth that. Okay, so all I've done is just when I got some water, filled up my little spray bottle. So, you know, one of those Ranger ones. Oh, let me take that off your screen. So I am back. Oh, nice. It's lovely today. And hi, Nana. Okay, so I use one of these little mini misters. This one is the Ranger one, but you can just get a normal spray bottle. And you just literally spray, you know, just a tiny bit into your Coloro paint and allow it to sit for 2 minutes. So just get your paint going. This one is Arabic gold. It's the best one in my opinion, and I'll show you why. It is just the best gold ever. Let me just show you. That is the reason why. It is just one of the best golds. I just love it. Look at it. It shines and sparkles and it's just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm not going to use a water brush. I'm going to use a normal brush, a bit of paper and a brush. Okay, let's move that, and that's all wet now. And I also got, do you like my cup? I've had this for a while. So for any Harry Potter fans, it's called Polyjuice Potion, and it's got a lid with a straw, which is good for me. Like, it's ceramic. It's cool, isn't it? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're going to go into these little jewels, and I'm going to do it with the Coloro paints because I think they'll just stand out against all this. So I don't want it too wet. You need some wetness, but if you have too much, it ends up going a bit too watery. What kind of paint is this? This is Coloro paints. I'll put the link in, and it's Arabic gold. And all I'm going to do is, you know, on these little details, so if I move this aside because it won't focus on the page, it will just focus on everything but. Make sure you focus. There we go. All these little minuscule details is going to be in this gold paint. Now I'm going to take my time on this bit because I don't want to mess it up. So all these little tiny details. Oh, right, let's pull you down. Sorry, you went for a ride then. Sorry. There you go. Okay, so all these little minuscule tiny details we're going to do in golds, and we can also use that other gold there, which is like an orange gold in some of them. But for now, let's just use our gold. Yes, I saw you've got them out. You busted them out. How are you feeling about them? Because you were you weren't sure, were you? You were like, And then you got the guts to finally do it, which is all it takes. It takes that one step. Okay, I'm not going to worry about all those little black dots. And that's the good thing. You can kind of just take your time with this bit. So, you know that in between, this paint here, the orangey one, see this one here, we're going to do it in that. So we're going to skip that next line and just come to the dots. And I would do this with a paintbrush over a water brush, because the water brush just continually brings water down into your brush, which is not what you want on this. You want it to be the amount that you've got on the actual brush, not watered down. So skip a step. And just add bits in. Sorry, concentration is real. I'm just, so hold on, I'm just going to have a look. Hey, yes, you got them. There is so many beautiful ones. I'll show them again in a minute when I've done this bit. So skip any of the bits that we're going to do in the oranges. And I'm just going to put these little tiny bits in gold. I love this gold paint so much. There are beautiful pictures. I need to do some practicing on my one for my stream just to see how I want to do. What I'm going to do, is just warning you in advance, is for the Samantha Jean mermaid that I've got, and I've already put the picture, which one that we're doing up. I'm going to do the mermaid towel. We're going to work on the mermaid towel. So instead of doing the whole picture at first, we're going to work on the towel on the day. And I'm going to focus on making that towel quite shiny, I think. So we'll work on the mermaid towel on the day and then continue it later. My whole focus is going to be that mermaid towel, I think, on the actual stream. And I've chose which colours that I wanted to do it in. So we've I've got to do some testing. Which one are you all been allocated? Those of you that are doing them, are you keeping it as a surprise? Which ones? Are you going to do more than one? How many are you going to do? Are all of you dedicating an entire month to mermaid? We need something for June because we're still going to be indoors. We need to do something for June, Vicky. We're going to have to think of something, hon. We're going to have to think because we're still going to be at home in June, I believe. And I think we're going to be stuck in for a little while yet. And I think people need us more than ever at the moment to sort of bring something to the table for a bit of fun. Okay, let's have... Oh yes, Harry Potter! Yes! We got the Harry Potter-a-thon. That's one weekend, right? So I'm still doing Arabic Gold. That's one weekend. So are you doing that at the beginning of the month or the end of the month, Vicky? If you're doing it at the beginning, maybe we should do something towards the end. Or if you're doing it at the end, maybe we should do something towards the beginning. I'm just trying to think of things to keep people entertained. What can we do? Okay, so I really like that. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Chica. Okay, so let's get some more paint on our brush. And I'm going to come up to, I'm just going to come up here. And there's a couple of little bits that I just want to put a bit of gold on. I truly believe, I'm going to do it on that one. I'm going to just take out that one because it's very thin. I truly believe at the minute keeping ourselves really entertained is you know, the key. Getting over that can't concentrate that we were all in to now, all right, we need something. Oh, you're doing a Monya. Nice. You are a Monya fan. Connie has been doing Monya Gates for years and years and years. And we love our Connie. Okay. So I absolutely love that. And if you want to add any additional speckles, now just a little tip. If you're going to do this, be very, very careful. Don't have your brush too wet. But if you wanted to add a tiny little few bits, you can do, but just be super duper careful. So if you're going to add in with your dots, you can just, I'm barely touching my page because you've got pans and you've got other things on your page that would be a bit too scary to put water near. So just touches of it. Okay, next up, let's go for this one here. I'll tell you the colours. I'll tell you which colours they are. So just get that started and let that sit for a second. Oh, thank you, Heather. Okay, so the colours that we're using, just to show you if you wasn't sure while we're waiting for that, this is the set. It's the candy set, and it's called Coliro paints or pearl colours, and the ones that we've just used are Arabic gold, and we're also going to use golden orange. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, tomorrow, but thank you because I'm not here tomorrow. Thank you so much. So I'm going to have a nice having a nice afternoon with you, and then tomorrow I'll just have a nice chilled out day with the mister. Okay, so we're also going to go for this golden orange, and again it's got a lovely amount. Don't need too much water in there, to be fair. Just get it going, and we're going to bring it down into, you know, all those areas that we didn't put the gold. We're going to put this, so nice little segments. I'm not even going to bother with those. I'm going to ignore those lines, and I'm just going to put it straight through. So in between those golds, and I'm going to put it in there, in there, in there, in there, and in there. I'm just going to put a few extra dots, and anywhere that you wanted to put any additional, and I'll show you on the end. But as I said, what I'll do is finish those wings in my own time, because we did the wings the other day, and I don't want to just keep repeating. We've covered that, so she will be finished in a second. Let's do every other. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes, tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I'm celebrating with you today. And then, yeah. Oh, take care. Thanks, Kenny. Thank you for coming. Okay, so let's bring it up. And she is finished. We've done the whole thing on streams, and oh my goodness, I've just got my phone. Thank you so much. I can't even believe you guys. Oh, thank you so much. Let me just name you. Hold on. Kenny, thank you so much for your PayPal. Oh my goodness. And Melody and Pamela, thank you so much. Hold on. Am I right? Who's sent? What's that? Oh, sorry, it's Pamela. It's Pamela and Melody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aww. Yeah, I was asked so much the other day, and I'm like, I'm so reluctant. I don't like putting my PayPal up. But people were saying they didn't like the charges of super chat, so I was like, okay, I'm going to take it down after the birthday. But yes, I've enjoyed every moment of this. Thank you so much. Thank you. A million thank yous. Oh, that's okay, Becky. I'm finished in a minute. I've been on 2 hours already. I come on an hour early this time. But yeah, I've enjoyed this. And look, watch. Look at that shine. And into her face as well. So I'm just going to finish off that last bit, and the rest is all done, and then I'll post it. But I absolutely love it. So Saturday, as I said, I'm going to come back with a new picture. Oh, thank you so much. Connie, I believe, is on later at 7. I'm not quite sure. I think she is. But I've enjoyed every moment of that. And thank you to Vicky for the whole weekend, because this was on a following off the Woodland Wonderland streams that she's done. So that was such a wonderful weekend. So thank you so much, Vicky, for that. But I've enjoyed every moment of this picture. And as I said at the beginning, with the colouring folder, I'm working on doing some printables for everyone. I'll let you know in the community tab when I've done them. So you'll have some printables off for your colouring folders, which will be like swatch charts and that kind of thing. I'll make some up for you guys. So that is just, I think that's it for today. Thank you so very much for joining me for these past 2 hours. I've enjoyed every minute. Pamela, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Melody, thank you so much. Shannon, another one. Thank you. You're all so amazing. I will see you on Saturday. Hopefully I'll see you in some streams before then. But yeah, take care, everyone. I have a great week. An amazing week. Oh, thank you. You know, my pleasure. I will see you all through the week. Take care for now. Lots of love. Bye.